Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. This one concerns air in central heating systems and also air that prevents hot water from running out of taps sometimes when you get an airlock there. What can we do about this problem? Well, there is one easy thing that I do love, doesn't cost a lot of money and can really help with this particular problem, and it's one of these. Okay, it's an automatic air valve. So you might say, what is the big deal with the air then? Why and where does it come from? Well, just naturally running your heating system will create air. It's a byproduct of it really. Expansion and contractions of pipes and so on, crud in the system, they all help make air in the system. And also a badly designed central heating system will do it as well, drawing air down the expansion pipe, for instance. Also, when you get crud and stuff in the system where it's not been cleaned, it really does make it accelerate. So you find your rads dropping off here and there and not getting as hot as they were. So it really is a bad thing. Here then is a drawing of one of the typical places you'd find one of these automatic air valves. There it is there, where the flow comes up into the tank, and because it goes to an inner coil inside the cylinder, it drops back down and round. Now I've missed off all the controls. I didn't want to make it too complicated. Okay, so this is basic sort of drawing stuff, but this is where you'd often find one. You'll see one sticking up in your airing cupboard on an F&E system, and all used with combis. You've automatically got one on the top of your combi boiler. You can't see it's cased in, but there is one there. Now, dealing with central heating and looking at that problems that you can get there, this is a typical example of, say, a bungalow, and it looks a bit of a funny drawing, but these are the radiators and this is the boiler, and quite often the flow return will be taken up into the loft and all the pipes are dropped down the walls inside the bungalow, or it could indeed be your house upstairs. The pipes could be going up into the loft and dropping down into the bedrooms, but they drop down, and obviously if you ever have to drain it, or if air does accumulate, it can accumulate above these drops, and this is a typical place where you would fit one of these air release valves. Now these automatic air valves are very cheap. They're about £6 to £8 each, and you could fit them on the top of each of these drops, so that whenever you drain the rads out to do any work or anything, at least it wouldn't airlock up and it would keep the air automatically clear. Another scenario, if you've got a shower, pumped shower, this can happen on your F&E system. Someone is running a washing machine somewhere, doing the washing, and you start to have a shower, or it could be that it just got very low pressure into your tank here. So you jump in the shower and the pump starts up, which is a high powered pump, maybe 1 or 2 bars, which they are, and the level in this tank drops and drops and can't keep up with what you're pumping out. It's going in here and pumping out into the shower, and before you know it, you've dropped below this level here. Once again, we need a trusty device like our little air bottles placed in the right places to get rid of the air out of your domestic system. Now, airlocks can also happen when you just run a bath or something like this, just where you're just using water normally and it's got an airlock in it, simply because you may have low pressure tank or all sorts of reasons, and you've managed to empty the tank below the level of the pipe in the roof tank itself. So once that's happened, the air's drawn into that pipe and sucked down into the system, and then you get yourself an airlock, which can be troublesome, and with these aids we can kind of get that eliminated. Just a little bit of looking at your system and where you think you may get air, and where it would be a good idea to have one of these automatic air valves. A last one on central heating then. I know combi fellas would think that you may not need one. You think, oh, we don't know, I've got a combi, it's all mains pressure. It still does build up air in the rads. It's quite common that a lot of people have those automatic bleed valves in the radiators these days, which do work and are quite reliable, but can after time pack up. They don't last forever, but these little things seem to go on and really do the business for you. I mean, I've seen pipes come out the top of a radiator and go up the wall into the loft, then they've got one of these on the end where they've had that much problem with a radiator, especially in a bathroom when it's that towel rail. That's the one that seems to get it the most. And I've seen a pipe run off and up into the loft, and say one of these. So there we are, just a little one for you on air and why you should keep air out of your system as much as you possibly can, especially central heating systems is the main one I'm on about. Get rid of the air, you have a better system, you have more economical system, and a hotter, warmer house. Okay, air is the enemy, and if you're afraid of it getting it a lot of times, get one of these, get them in the right places, you'll be alright. Okay, that's about it though. All my stuff in your usual place. Derek and 33. Thanks again, guys. Catch you next time.